I didn't do it. For crying out loud, Peter. Welcome to Forza Ramble, everybody. It's lovely to have you here. It's your afternoon delight with me, Marcus Speller, and Pete Donaldson.
We've been talking about so many things off air. It's been really fun.
Yeah.
We talked about Marcus shooting an M16 gun, rifle. I taught Marcus how to use incognito mode because he's getting married very soon. And he needs to know those kind of things for buying her presents.
Yeah.
And also, what else did we talk about?
Oh,
microphone compressors.
Yeah.
We talked about peeping Tom techniques.
I said, but where we record, there is a student digs just over outside the window, and I once saw a nude student there. It's a bloke.
A nudent.
Yeah, a
difference.
A David Nugent. He was the difference last night. Scored a blooming hat trick.
3 goals.
Unbelievable. And I said, oh well, I think I just got lucky that time seeing that chap. I didn't see his chap.
Actually. How do you know he's naked then?
Oh, you
was
knew.
it like a ball of flowers in front of his wanger?
And then you said, no, if you're going to be a peeping Tom, it's best to do it at night.
Do it at night. And don't be backlit. Turn your lights off, and then just drink it in, guys.
It's unbelievable.
It's legal. It's not legal.
I don't think it is, Peter.
No,
I don't think it is. But thank you very much for joining us at Forza Ramble.
You did this last time. You turned us on,
so
you could hear us.
I need to see
in the round. It's like come by our in here. It's terrible.
Yeah. Ben says the nudes. The goals were excellent. Excellent stuff.
Were they actually excellent? I've not actually seen the goals yet.
We've got an early question from Brian who said, who would win in a mini league? 11 Scholes, 11 Lampards, 11 Gerrards, or 11 Yaya Toures all play each other twice. I mean, come on,
it'd be
Brian.
Yaya Toure just hammering them in from wherever.
You would think
it would be a very boring match, I imagine.
Samuel says, good afternoon, chaps. Good afternoon to you, Samuel.
Afternoon.
Absolute pleasure to have you here. Matt Tilby joins us from Brisbane. Thoughts on Australia becoming one of the first leagues in the world to implement the idea, and how long until England uses it?
What idea?
Yeah, I don't think you've said the idea, Matt.
Rugby?
Thoughts on Australia becoming one of the first leagues in the world to implement the idea? Now, yeah, Matt, you've not said the idea.
Yeah, what's the idea? We need the idea,
Matty, come on, son. Hey?
Sort your question in,
Hey, you flaming galah, Matt.
You wanted to get your question in early.
Giving him an Aussie insult.
Oh, you've had a real bouncer there. He's the dog from Neighbours.
Ah, dearie me.
They're going to get rid of Neighbours, apparently.
Oh, he said, here he goes. No. Don't break this to me on air. Now. I haven't watched Neighbours for years, and I'm all the better for it. Matt has said, whoops, assistant video refs.
Right, okay. Hang on, is that video refs? Is that video refs?
I'm going to dig out Mitch Ball here. He said women referees.
We've had that.
Mitch, come on.
What do you mean? What?
He's basically saying that they're trialling out women referees. I think that's his point. Mitch is being a naughty boy there.
I'm confused.
Because I said, what's the idea? What is the league trialling out? And Mitch said women referees, and that's a...
What's wrong with that?
Well, he's suggesting that they need to be trialled out, don't they? He's bordering on sexism, I think.
Okay.
Mitch, watch yourself, you naughty boy.
I don't see sexism.
And that's your trouble, mate.
Yes.
Assistant video referees, what do we think?
I mean, is that assistant to the regional manager? Is that assistant to the referee? Have we got video referees and then there's an assistant video referee? Or is this just for offside?
I've no idea. Mourinho was moaning because Ibrahimovic scored, I think.
I'm a little bit more flexible with video technology when it comes to offsides, because I think that could be very easily done with depth cameras.
Yes.
Possibly an Xbox Connect. What?
No, I'm just letting that fizzle out.
Yeah. Okay. It never fizzled on.
Samuel Lloyd says, Kevin Keegan. Come on, Samuel. I'm not going to laugh that easily.
Yeah, you are.
Get your comments in. As ridiculous as they are. Jose Mourinho, we've mentioned him already. We're going to mention him again. He was angry. He wants video referee. He's a very angry man at the moment. He was critical. He's critical of his own team, Peter. This is why he probably upset everybody at Chelsea the other season.
His work at the weekend, I think, was difficult. And
you've interviewed many a famous person.
Well, he sort of give the. I think it was from the BBC. The guy just short shrift, didn't he? At the weekend,
he was just miserable.
He was just miserable, and he didn't answer any questions. He's like, well, I don't understand the question. I'm like, at this moment in time, Manchester United aren't playing well enough for him not to need the media, because he uses the media. That's his only tool at the moment, because he can't run on the field and do anything himself. His players frequently don't listen to him. So fundamentally, the media don't need Jose Mourinho as much as Jose Mourinho needs the media. And I wish journalists would call him out on his crap a little bit more and go, look,
yeah, I agree.
We'll ask for an interview, but we're going to stop doing it because you don't get anything out of you.
I'd love it if the interviewer just said
nonsense.
I'd love it if the interviewer bit back.
Yeah, I just went, no.
But the problem is, the BBC or whoever it is wouldn't back the interviewer. The interviewer would lose his job over that.
No, I think they would. I think if a man
think?
I think if Jose Mourinho is being obstructive and just kind of being belligerent for the sake of being belligerent, I think journalists have a responsibility to call him out on that. And I think it's this kind of like respect for the manager. This is how we get to situations like David Moyes, who thinks he can sort of get angry because someone's asked a question about a man who's on the precipice of losing his job. It's ridiculous.
You're talking about Slapgate, aren't you?
Yeah.
Sam says Jose Mourinho is a waste man.
Like that. He is a waste man.
He certainly is, yeah. Mitch is back again, saying, what's in the cup, Donaldson?
What's in the cup? They did this last time. Last time it was water, this time it's coffee.
Yeah, exactly.
Got my name right, though.
It's all legal stuff at this point in the day, certainly with old Petey. Yeah, Mourinho, so very unhappy. Lukaku.
Yeah, that was
He
fun,
was also
wasn't it?
he was accused of being disrespectful. We're talking about disrespect. There's a lot of disrespect. Why don't you respect me?
Yeah, well,
he went like this to Ashley Williams.
I mean,
Martin Keown took absolute umbrage with this.
4 words for you though, Marcus. Euro 2016. That's what that was about, wasn't it? Belgium, Wales, can't wait. Come on. That's what that was about.
What was he going to remember?
He's going.
Do the you know how you got turned by what's his name? Do the Hal Robson Carnu turn. Look, where is he now?
It was a pretty good save, wasn't it? Really.
It was a lovely save.
But Martin Keown's.
Oh, you're talking about Williams getting with the handball.
It was a very good save, wasn't it?
Against the very kind of off-field irresponsible Luke Shaw. Jose Mourinho's been having a go at him.
Yeah, exactly.
Who does Jose Mourinho like?
Nobody. I don't even think he likes himself. But I think Keown's comments about Williams and Lukaku shushing him and sort of going, there's no respect. I do sort of. We've got very short memories when it comes to Martin Keown. Martin Keown was frequently not very respectful to people on the field.
No, he certainly wasn't.
And I'm glad Alan Shearer elbowed him that time.
Who didn't Alan Shearer elbow?
It's a miracle he's allowed on the telly, really.
He would get. I reckon if he was at home doing the washing up like that, and his missus comes up behind him, Alan, could you? Oh, sorry, it's just a natural reaction. He doesn't hit women. That was just a joke. Peter.
On to people who do though. Yeah, possibly threaten to.
Where's that comment gone?
Tidy up our dirty mess.
Get in single file for your comments, ladies and gentlemen. Has Robbo, the wonderfully named, says to you, Peter, your cardigan looks like something Miss Havisham would wear. I love it.
It's quite, it's quite nice. I find it very difficult because I've got a button, so it doesn't really it just sort of hangs.
Yeah, I'm amazed you've bothered wearing the t-shirt because you're quite a fine figure of a man. Connor Carew is saying, is it an Irish coffee?
No, it's not an Irish coffee, no. They don't do that in Starbucks. And they frown upon anyone bringing in a hip flask.
Scott Pardew, said, predictions for tonight's game between Chelsea and City.
It's a spicy one, isn't it? I'm really looking forward to. I've got things on.
Yeah.
And I'm dropping it. I'm dropping it for the match.
You don't even care.
I'm going to be listening to the Newcastle match. On nufc.co.uk, they don't have .com because the fanzine got that one.
Oh.
And and I'm going to be watching the match on telly.
Gavin says, does Pete's shirt say Crimea?
No, it says Crimer.
But you often do write on place names as which you want to annex, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. I do often make my feelings clear about certain places and certain Putins. So,
let's move on to Leicester City. They won their 5th Premier League match in a row under Shakespeare. It's just a massive dig at Ranieri, isn't it? Really? What?
Another absolute perler from Vardy as well.
Vardy. Oh my goodness.
I thought I was good for Leicester City in the bottom half.
Yeah.
I was like, that's nailed on.
And this for the predictions we did at the start of the season.
Oh,
letting us peek in the envelope.
I don't think we did envelopes in the end, did we?
Did we not? We just threw them to the wind and see if they return.
I said Chelsea were definitely going to win the league.
Did you? Well, that's excellent. Yeah. But did you spell their name wrong on the thing? You spelled them Manchester City. Craig Shakespeare said in a recent interview that back in 2013 when Vardy, he'd not long been at Leicester, they were a championship club, he was struggling to get in the team under Pearson, said he was getting a bit disillusioned with football. Vardy said in his autobiography that he was wanting to return to Fleetwood Town or maybe even quit football. It's funny, we don't think about these things, do we? No. We just think once you're a footballer it's all rosy, but that was his first real outing as a professional footballer. Vardy, instead, was thinking of going to Ibiza as a party rep. Come on!
Just him.
Come on!
Every morning ringing out a vomit-covered bright yellow Reps top in the hotel sink.
Vardy's party. You could just, every time he would be up, are you up for Vardy's party? That is the 5th time this morning you've said that to me.
I've got a bottle of Skittles. Is he that personable though? Is he that kind of bubbly and vivacious? I mean, you kind of have to be a certain kind of character.
I think he would be. Come on, Vardy.
I don't know. He just always struck me as being a bit of a nasty. I mean, his banter's stinking at the best of times. Go on to any casino with him.
Yeah, but holiday reps aren't well known for
well, yeah, they're all wacky and stuff. They're like, come on, guys.
Not all of them. Some
Not
of
the
them.
Japanese guy. You stayed in the hotel today. Just, I don't know.
Oh. Careful now.
Careful.
Oh dear. James Holland says, is Shakespeare getting himself closer to the throne? Should Southgate be worried? I'll tell you what, Craig Shakespeare is probably 3rd choice for the England manager job now.
These characters,
5 in a row in the Premier
Just
League.
come out of nowhere, don't they?
It's great,
kind
isn't
of guys, they're just like,
But that shows you how the pecking order works. You've got Southgate.
It shows how like 24-hour like rolling football news works. We're always looking for the next person to talk about. We're always looking for someone to kind of champion, and then suddenly, right, they're going to be the next England manager.
Who's
5 games? 5 games, do it.
Who's going to be the next Craig Shakespeare? Because England manager used to be a thing that you worked and worked and worked for. Now it's just like, who's left? Who's left? Who wants it?
Who's got a red passport? Who's left?
Yeah, and it should be a navy blue one. Bluey. That'll teach him.
Blueies. Bit of blue for the passport.
Oh, dear. What else? What else have we got here? Oh, dearie me. Yes, Drew's saying, I'm a bit late. Have you discussed Charlie Adams' corner yet? Yes, this was tweeted on the Football Ramble Twitter page. Twitter feed. My goodness, I sound like an old man.
You look like an old man.
Yeah, it's true enough. Yeah. I've just got very effective moisturiser.
And that old man is Paul Pescasolino.
He's not that old, Paul Pescasolino.
You think he's not old?
But
I bet he's in his 50s.
Somebody Google that because I can't be bothered.
Somebody Google
let me know. It was the worst corner, I think.
Well, he slipped on like I think it was like a drainage grate.
Was that right?
I think it looked like a circular kind of penalty spot.
What do you think of did you see Harry Arter's penalty for Bournemouth where he slightly slipped on the weekend and blazed the ball over the bar, and apparently Harry Kane did that earlier on in the season? Do you think football clubs should do that? They should say, right, to the home team, that penalty spot is like a flipping block of ice underneath that, okay? Mind how you go, okay, when you take it. So we'll mug off the opposition if they get a penalty, but just be careful.
I'm trying to think of, because I guess they're only liable for what's on the pitch. You know, in between the white lines. I mean, on the outside, you've got stuff like 3G materials and stuff like that.
That's right,
certainly the case at Arsenal and stuff.
with the grass.
Well, the interwoven with glass, that's on the field. But just off the field, it's always 3G. So, well, I think it helps with drainage or something. So, do we have to provide like a patch of grass next to the corner so people can take corners, or you just have to stand on the spot and just backheel it in or something? I don't know.
Bring your own grass.
Bring your own grass, like the Stoke towel,
Just like that. Paul Pescasolino's 45 apparently.
Damn it!
Could still do a job. Damien has said, what's better, puffy guinea pigs or the smooth kind?
I didn't realise there were two kinds.
I think one of your guinea pigs has gone wrong somewhere, Damien. I know you shouldn't test them on them like that. You're an absolute disgrace.
I've made a rough guinea pig. I've treated it with balsamic vinegar.
While we're talking about animals, what about the dog last weekend that invaded the pitch?
That dog was on that pitch for ages.
In the Northern Premier League, a dog invaded the pitch. Perhaps you've seen this, perhaps you haven't. If you haven't, I implore you to go and watch that. Not now, because you're watching this. 7 minutes it took them to get rid of that dog. And the dog was not being nasty or aggressive. It wasn't baring its teeth.
No.
Basically, they got close.
Tail, it was running around.
They got close to the dog, and it's kind of like, there you go, now grab it. And it's almost like they were saying, look, come with us, come. And the dog was like, I just want to have a walk over it. All right, we'll go.
Dogs love a chase, and I think every football ground should be equipped with either a stick.
Yep. So
if you throw a stick, the dog's going to bring it back.
Yes.
Or just get, like, everyone's eating pies and stuff in the crowd.
I'll give him a pie.
Get a bit of steak in your hand.
A bit of steak in your hand.
Get a bit of steak in your hand. Attract the dog that way. This is dog management 101, mate.
Have you ever seen anybody... What's the best sort of invading of the pitch in any way you've seen at a football match live? Have you seen that before?
I've invaded.
Have you done it?
I invaded the pitch once.
Oh, you did at Hartlepool?
At Hartlepool, I think I mentioned it in the book, and I ran over to dangerous driver Scott Sellers and shook his hand, and he was really surprised.
Yeah, he was.
Because
Pete Donaldson?
Pete Donaldson.
before you're famous?
But it was brilliant. It was like a pre-season match, and I've spoken about this at length on the podcast before. But
yes.
it was Les Ferdinand and David Ginola's home area debut, let's say.
Home area
and I
debut.
Saw Les Ferdinand,
that's not a thing.
I saw Les Ferdinand jump 2 Les Ferdinands high, and it was the most thrilling thing I've ever seen in my life.
On his home area debut.
Whoa!
Home aerial debut, more like, with that kind of jumping.
Darren Peacock was quite tall as well.
Yeah? Yeah. Lovely feathers.
Lovely feathers.
Have you ever seen anybody? Have you ever seen a streaker at a football match?
No, I can't remember. Have you?
Twice.
Twice?
Not in the same game, obviously. Once was at Charlton at the Valley when they were in the Premier League.
Oh, the glory days.
The
morning glory days.
It certainly was that evening. Once was at Highbury when Arsenal played Farnborough Town, because I was a student in Farnborough. And we went up to watch Farnborough Town. They got to the third round of the FA Cup at Highbury, and there was a streaker. Two sort of slightly different approaches. But the one at Charlton was hilarious, because I was sat up quite high in what I assume is I think, the main stand where the dugout is. And the guy, I saw him do it. He leapt up from his seat, whipped his clothes off, and jumped onto the pitch, and he was dancing around. But I could see it at the corner of my eye because it was pretty much opposite me. It was like he was sat there and just went, "Oh, to hell with it."
Steve, bring me clothes on, will you? Yeah. That's the thing, though. But you've got to plan for these things. You can't because you got a mobile phone, you got a wallet, you got clothing, you got shoes. You got to think about this. I think, and also, yeah. I'd love to interview like a streaker and just sort of go, what is A, why did you do it? B, what point were you trying to make?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Jay said Pete's been the streaker.
Yeah, well, I always take my clothes off it. Luke Moore, who does the podcast with me, he has got a video of me jumping around the studio. We were doing like a joke.
Chap out.
We were doing a joke where I would burst out of a curtain.
Yeah.
And go, I'm an idiot.
This was because I was doing something to camera, and you were meant to surprise me that you were naked.
Yeah, no, but I wasn't supposed to be naked. That was the thing.
It's often a surprise if you are.
I was so gleefully kind of like excited about taking all my clothes off, knowing that you were mere inches away
that
from
other
me.
people were there for a change for it.
Exactly. So it was. So Luke's got that video on his phone somewhere. Luke's got a lot of pictures and videos of me on his iCloud.
Let's not talk about what
if he ever gets fappeninged, I'm going to be in big trouble.
It's going to be an absolute disgrace. What have you seen at football matches? Streakers, dogs on the pitch, any kind of invaders, that kind of thing? Keep it savoury, because we don't want...
Keep it savoury, attract a dog.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. My goodness. There's a lot of dog puns going on over here. I can't read them all out.
Robert Wolf. Don't do any more. We don't need
Dan has said, wouldn't have expected a pitch drainage conversation when I pulled up the live feed. No, I didn't expect it, Dan, but this is Forza Ramble. Anything can happen. Look.
Dan Walensky.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's wonderful stuff. What about David Moyes, eh? He's been surprised by Slapgate and how much criticism he's received.
Yeah, well...
What do you think of it? What do you think of all this?
Well, A, it was a bit partridge. B, it was a stupid thing to say. C,
menacing. Once
again, Sunderland have failed to lead by example. Like they're a club who just consistently, don't discipline their players or managers, or even think about the repercussions of not doing so. I just don't understand why they keep doing it.
You've turned this into a mugging off of Sunderland.
They could have led by example. They knew about it before anybody else, and they could have said, right, Moyes, you need to make a public statement for what you said. We know this is going to be made a big thing out of, and with good cause. So just lead by example. But once again, Sunderland Athletic Football Club have let their supporters down and let certainly female supporters down, I think.
True enough. Sean has said, surely Moyes is now at the point where he's just trying anything to get fired. Maybe that's it.
He's threatening to chin journalists.
Female
journalists.
I will do anything to get out of here, even if it means being across the back pages and being a disgrace.
I think he wants to stay in the job because he just loves the misery.
Do you think so?
Misery loves company, and Moyes loves company. He'd love company right now in the back.
He certainly, he's a bit injured, but yeah, it's probably better than what they've already got. Abs has said, I haven't seen a man wearing a watch for ages.
What does that mean? I only recently started wearing a watch because my dad gave me his old one and he wrote, what did he write in the back?
Oh, this is going to be interesting.
This is going to be interesting. You were adopted? No, he wrote, happy birthday, Peter, love Dad, which is lovely, right?
That is lovely, yeah.
And I bought my dad a watch, so I've never really wanted a watch before, and I'm really enjoying it. I don't really have the wrist for it.
He's enjoying it.
I'm enjoying wearing a watch, guys. And so I've now got into watches, which is a dangerous precedent. And I bought my dad like a nice watch, and I wrote and I requested like a little thing on the back. I went, can you just write "Love you, Dad"? Just "Love you, Dad," like a kind of offhandish.
Nice. Yeah,
but the guy wrote, "I love you, Dad."
Like I wanted capitals.
Like I wanted to suck him off or something.
Oh, come on!
There's Facebook Live.
It's my dad.
This is my dad. I don't want to suck off my dad.
Yeah, let's be clear about that.
Do you want to suck off yours? Do you want to suck off mine?
Not so soon after the last time.
Yeah. You got to work up to
I like the fact
it is you got to work up to it. At least 2 days.
I like the fact that you said I didn't think I had the wrists for wearing a watch.
Yeah, I don't. I have little baby wrists. That's why all my tattoos are on my legs, because I have muscular legs, but I've got very thin.
Is that right?
Yeah.
My goodness, there we are.
No bum. Here's a list of my problems. No bum. Muscular legs.
Terrible bloke.
Terrible bloke.
Awful
Racist.
opinions. Craig Monroe has said in block capitals, Pete has arrived!
Yeah!
To be fair, we've been broadcasting now for 21 minutes.
Yeah, Craig has arrived.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Maybe he's just talking to his Facebook feed. Craig has arrived.
Yeah, Sean said, I'm guessing the temptation for Pete to get an old TV remote watch is quite high now he's into them. Do you remember them?
They were,
it was a while, it was 90s, I think you're talking.
The TV remote watch, actually I'm thinking of the calculator watches, aren't I? But the TV remote ones always had like a red.
That's right, because it was a classic.
Chunky bad boys.
The classic thing at school when the teachers turn on the telly and couldn't work it out. Oh, they were the days, man. They were the days.
Where did infrared go, guys? I blame the blue LED.
I don't know, yeah, but night vision, it's all green now, isn't it? It's all green. Have you noticed? It's all green screen. That's all night vision is. Andrew said, "Where's the Casio calculator watch?" Yeah, we were talking about that. To be fair, get your comments in about where have you been at football matches when you've seen a streak or a dog on the pitch or anything invading the pitch. That would be quite interesting.
That would be smashing.
Indeed, when I was at Highbury to watch Arsenal beat Farnborough 5-1, they got the one, which was wonderful.
Decent, isn't it?
Streaker came on, and it was because they changed.
Was it a girl streaker or a boy streaker?
A male streaker. A female streaker, I think, is a little bit sinister. Do you know what I mean? Like,
What do you mean?
No, not sinister, but like it's a bit like. No, I prefer a male streaker.
It's a little bit. It's a little bit like.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. That's probably a better way. Of, is what I meant.
Can someone screen cap me gone? I'll do it for 3 seconds.
Marcus mentioned female streaker. And and this guy, he ran on the pitch, and it was at a time when, because they used to tackle the streaker, which was hilarious to see a slightly overweight steward trying to tackle someone.
And they used to put policemen's helmets over their testicles.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And then they thought, let's just leave the streaker. Let's just leave them to run themselves out, if you know what I mean. I'll tell you, this guy could go all afternoon. He couldn't believe his luck. Brilliant. He ran on the pitch, right? Then Farnborough, they were in the clock end mainly, the old clock end at Highbury, and he runs up to the goal and does a header, and everyone's going, "Hooray!" like this. And then eventually, after 2 hours or whatever, running around,
he gets his clock end out.
He walks into the corner, and as he's walking off, he starts covering his bits, going,
Yeah, I mean, you've got to have a plan, haven't you? Sort of like a contingency plan if they leave you be.
Yeah.
You've got to have a few things. Cartwheels, jumping jacks is a good one. Doing the header into the net.
Yeah. Oh, Andrew said, I wish I was there when Blackburn Rovers chicken was unleashed. That was very good.
Oh, yeah, that was good. What match was that? Was it a match involving Figo where somebody threw a
Pig's Head, was it? Yeah, that was Figo when he played for Real Madrid and went back to Barcelona.
Yes, okay. A Pig's Head and also...
Mobile phone?
No, it was a Vespa, wasn't it?
No, that was at Milan.
I was at Milan.
That was quite sinister. Somebody dropped like a Vespa from the top. But as we were saying on the Ramble once, how did you get it in? Or did they bring it piece by piece and lock a toilet door?
Yeah.
Very, very...
It's a hat. That's clearly a gas tank from a Vespa. No, it isn't.
Goodness knows what. James has said, I saw a dog on the pitch away at Everton and a cat at Liverpool. Must be something about Merseyside. A cat!
Where did the cat get it? I mean...
You never get a cat on the pitch, do you?
I mean, the cat could have climbed in, but I mean, how did dogs get in, to be fair?
Well, that's fair enough. But it was a non-league game, I think, you
used to see a lot more stray animals back in like the 80s and stuff, so I think that's how...
Well, just in general?
You did used to see strays. When was the last time you saw a stray dog? Never.
You do see stray, obviously if you go to some countries stray, like when I was in,
massively.
in South America, but they sort of hang out in packs.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
I'm all in they have packs. They'll put their paws in like that. Matt Tilby from Australia, he was saying...
Tilby's getting involved, isn't he?
He is, yeah. He said, I'm not sure if it's as good as when Andrew Simmons shoulder charged a streaker flat on his arse when playing cricket for Australia. Simmons was a big lad. Imagine that, coming in and bang, have something
with
like
a bat.
There's no need for that. There's no need for that. Come on.
Yeah, but can you imagine the sound? Oh. Is it Willow? Willow the...
What, the little guy in that film?
No! Willow. Was that the character?
I think so, yeah.
No, Willow. Is the bat made out of willow? Or is it the ball made out of willow?
I think it's made out of wood.
Yeah, but...
Paul has said, I saw Nile Ranger on the pitch at St James's once. Ironically, one of the few times he wasn't in there.
Yeah. I think when
fine.
anybody mentions Nile Ranger, it's something true connected to that is going to be
We've not got much longer, but a couple more. Beth Cole has said, I wasn't there, but a drone stopped play between Bradford and Bristol Rovers earlier this season. I think we talked about this. It was hovering. You can't fly it above a football stadium or any kind of public place.
I think that was the same weekend that me and Luke were doing BT Sport.
Yes.
And a woman in a bra was seen at Cardiff in the same afternoon.
Yeah.
I was like, this is a gift, isn't it?
Your ship had come in. Tom Walker said, I tried to punch an eagle at Selhurst Park. Obviously, that was the Charlton fan. Drew has said, technically, dogs on the pitch are animal streakers. They seldom...
Oh, that's true,
Although one of the finest things I saw... I was in Peru, ladies and gentlemen. Do sit down.
Please tell me...
And I saw a dog running up one of the high streets, one of the main busy streets in a city called Arequipa in southern Peru, wearing a pair of shorts.
Like he'd been caught in flagrante.
Yeah,
with,
right.
A lady dog.
Genuinely.
And the husband had come on.
It was like, I just grabbed
Oh,
the
my
shorts.
God.
I think it's probably the best thing I've ever seen to date.
I think they should. I think that's what they should do is put stray shots on stray dogs.
Do you think so?
Yeah, it would brighten up the place, wouldn't it?
Yeah, very much.
And they wouldn't be able to have sex to procreate, so that would reduce the population.
It's an
Have you ever
interesting...
seen a dog try and take off a pair of trousers? I don't think so.
Very true. Nick says, does Pete own a drone? You and your dad were fiddling around with a drone once.
I borrowed one off the writer and performer Danny Wallace.
Did you?
He lent me his drone in good faith, and my dad broke it. But I fixed it with super glue. It's fine.
That's fine. Yeah. Greg has said, I saw a dog in a football kit.
I just remembered he's in the country.
Who's that?
Wallace. So
okay.
I'll get in trouble.
Everybody forget that.
Yeah, forget that.
Greg said, I saw a dog in a football kit at the Medellin derby. That's in Colombia. That's a lovely old dog. Medellin. I don't think we're going to top that. I think we should finish there.
That's pretty good.
Especially with those kind of comments.
Nile Ranger chat.
Indeed, yeah. That's it, Peter. Any more thoughts? Any more? Is no nakedness?
I didn't write anything down. I should have written something down, shouldn't I? What was on our running order?
We've got 27 minutes. We're well in. Unless you want to take your kit off, I think you've earned your afternoon off. Pardon?
No.
Are you going to show the ladies and gentlemen what trousers you're wearing?
Oh, you want me to say them?
No, stand up.
It's not. The contract doesn't work.
It does.
It's too dark.
Pete loves these kind of weird.
It's too dark.
Okay, well, if you
You
enjoyed
should
those,
enjoy it because they're tartan.
I'm very much
Marble
enjoying it.
tartan.
That's why I want people to see it. We've come to the end of our time at Forza Ramble. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much for your comments. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
We'll be back next Wednesday. I don't know if Pete will be here or not.
Surely it's like Luke or Jim's turn, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm stinking up these airwaves with my filth.
People love you, man. People love you. Andy says, thanks, Ramble. Thank you, Andy. Thank you very much for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure. We will be entertaining you on the preview show this Friday morning. So do get that.
Actually, thinking about that, like the woman doing, we can do it.
Mm-hmm. That was Arnie.
No, like the female, that kind of worker who makes the munitions, and it's like, we can do it.
Shall we finish?
It's
and then
kind
we
of
can
quite
talk
similar
about
to, we. So that's bad, and this is good.
So you're blaming the women again, are you? Let's finish on that note, okay?
Women are rubbish.
It's been lovely to talk to you.
How can they be rubbish when
and
I'm one?
we'll see you soon.
Stop.